Greetings once again, pirates. Duuz-Diz-Din, back again with another chapter of One Piece. Previously, while Rob, Lucci, and Kaku have been locked down, Dr. Vegapunk, the main body, has gone missing. And because of the damage done to the laboratory, not all surveillance equipment is online. While they do know where Bonnie is, going down Kuma's memory lane, a history of apparently slavery and abuse by the Tenryobito, the Celestial Dragons, everybody but Luffy and Zoro go out to look once again. Zoro stays behind as not to get lost, per Sanji's orders, and Luffy is seemingly tired from running around looking for Bonnie previously. During the search, Pythagoras is ambushed, and a massive explosion goes off. On top of that, Sentomaru sends out several high-level Mark III pacifista, and to top off everything, we finally found out where Vivi has been. Apparently, she and Wapple are holed up with Morgans, somehow for some reason, and Morgans has gained information about the push to assassinate Vegapunk, with him spinning the news that Luffy is the one who has taken Vegapunk hostage. The eyes of the world are starting to fall upon, I was about to say Punk Hazard, but Egghead. What devastating calamity will fall upon it next? Join me as I find out, won't you? Alright, One Piece, Chapter 1075. That is an ominous as shit title. Labophase Death Game. Jeez. And you see a younger Vegapunk who's happier than I've ever seen him. I love the silhouettes of the 5 elders behind him, with their hair in white and the rest of them in black. German 66's an Emotionless Excursion, Volume 31. The genius scientist gets an audience with the 5 elders. Yeah, Saturn did say that he had met Vegapunk a long time ago. I guess this was the meeting. Is it just that Vegapunk was naive at this point in his life? I wonder. Not too many people meet with the Gorosei, too. Alright, let's see. We see the wreckage of the tower that was blown up. You have Shaka trying to radio in. Pythagoras, come in, right now. What was that explosion? Pythagoras, answer me. Was it an accident? Hopefully he wasn't caught in its midst. Building C, Cam Snail number 2. Give me a pan. The Cam Snail starts looking around and sees a silhouette in the darkness that Shaka can't quite make out. He says a figure, but then suddenly something strikes out at the Cam Snail, destroying it with a massive explosion. As the feed slowly cuts off, Shaka yells, "Hey, did that take out the Cam Snail?" Meanwhile, with Luffy and Zoro, Luffy gets up, apparently hearing something on his radio. I was wondering about some of them are wearing radio sets, much like the satellite bodies of Vegapunk. As Luffy gets up, Zoro questions, "What's up, Luffy?" Luffy says, "Did something happen, Helmet? I'm not hearing their voices in my ear anymore." Whose voices? Does he mean the other Straw Hats? Was he in communication with them? We then pick up in the 3rd floor of Building A. So, Building B had been destroyed. Building C had also been destroyed. And it was Building A that was cut in half by the S-Hawk Seraphim. So I guess we pick up with, what I'll call Group A of Nami, Edison, and Brooke. Nami calls out, "Where are you, Vegapunk?" Oh, and she finds gems inside a container saying, "Ooh, jewels for me?" Edison shouts, "Hey, the first things out of a lady's mouth after jewels should be, 'They're so pretty,' not whatever you said." Brooke just laughs, "Oh, what's the harm? We're all evacuating this island anyway." Edison simply says, "Well, you got a point there, but I think you folks got a few bugs in your neural circuits." Nami immediately has a bag filled with the gems saying, "Okay, it's getting heavy. Shall we go back?" Edison shouts, "We're looking for the Stella." Nami says, "Fine," have set the bag down saying, "I'll set it down here, but we have to pass this way going back." Edison tells her, "You know those are synthetic diamonds, right? For industrial purposes?" Nami shouts, "You mean you can make diamonds?" Edison says, "Why are your eyes making that shape?" Nami, with berries in her eyes, says, "The future's made out of nothing but dreams." While Edison just shouts out, "Stella, where are you?" We then pick up in Building 2F. Building A, 2nd floor, where we pick up with Atlas, Chopper, and Robin. Chopper says to Atlas, "So your face is just a mask then?" Weird. A mask. Atlas says, "I can change my looks and body however I want. That's what the future is like." Really? So why choose this form? Meanwhile, Robin, looking at something in a pod, says, "Oh, is this Vegapunk?" Atlas explains, "Those are organoids in those vats. Lab-grown organs. Ugh. It's indispensable tech to the future of medicine. Chopper, with tears in his eyes, says, "What? You can make organs? That's amazing!" While Robin says, "I thought they were dismembered bits of Vegapunk." Chopper just said, "Jeez." We then cut over to the command room, 4th floor, building A, where Luffy enters the area that Shaka's in, saying, "Hey, Helmet, what's going on?" Shaka says, "Edison, this is Shaka. Come in." But Luffy says, "I was hearing their voices in my ear right up until a minute ago, and I'm pretty sure I didn't break this one, I swear. I definitely didn't bang it on anything." Jesus, Luffy. But Shaka says no. Just look. As more and more of the visual feeds cut out one by one. Shaka tells him the camera feeds are going out one by one. Shaka then tells Luffy there's someone here inside the lab. Much to Luffy's surprise. Man, this is getting kind of ominous. Who's out there? I couldn't really make out the figure from before either. We pick up then with the next group of Stussy, Sanji, and Jinbei. With Sanji, it was just simping over Stussy, saying, "I can't believe we're actually going to be sailing with you, Madam Stussy. You were at Big Mom's tea party, weren't you? Will you call me your dog?" Sanji. Stussy just pokes him in the face, saying, "Hee hee, come on, you big silly. Help me look for the Stella. That is the way you treat Sanji. Laugh and dismiss." Jinbei looks around, saying, "This lab is enormous." Stussy explains, "This is the weapons development floor, so don't cause any big vibrations." Oh, that's about to happen. We then pick up in the 3rd floor of building C on the left with Usopp, Lilith, York, and Frankie. Usopp freaks out about Lilith's weapon, saying, "Bubble gun?" Lilith explains, "Yeah, it shoots the ultimate bubbles that can deflect anything." "Oh, like the Kumas. Okay." York yawns, saying, "I'm sleepy." While Frankie says, "What, so deflecting things is an attack now?" He then shouts out, "Hey, Vegapunk, where are you?" Oh, I guess they ran into where Pythagoras was blown up. York spots it first, seeing the smoke, saying, "That looks bad. What happened?" Usopp shouts, "What the? It's the aftermath of an explosion!" As they all go running towards it, Usopp's shocked as he says, "Someone's on the ground." As he goes running forward, he says, "Hey, is that Pythagoras?" And they see Pythagoras' downed body. Usopp shouts, "Hang in there, we'll help you." He's got no head! Frankie says, "Brutal, they blew his head off." I'm guessing Usopp says, "Was this the blast we heard?" Probably sensing something with his observation hockey, Usopp prepares his slingshot, hearing someone coming toward them in the distance, saying, "Whoa, who's that?" But it's Pythagoras' head. Yeah, a lot of people did mention that Pythagoras had the ability to pop off his head, so if he was destroyed, he had a quick means of escape. Pythagoras says, "Stop, don't attack, it's just me, Pythagoras, says head." Usopp asks, "What happened? Was it an accident?" Actually, it looks more like an enemy. Pythagoras says, "It doesn't make any sense, though. I'm finding it impossible to grasp, but my eyes can't be mistaken." Usopp says, "What is it? Just say it." Pythagoras, being the, information sorter, says, "Could we have made a mistake in the design stage?" Usopp says, "Of what?" But Pythagoras says, "Where's York?" York is over petting, the S-Snake Seraphim, saying, "What's this? Didn't Edison order you to stay put earlier?" And as the others shout out for York, she says, "You're supposed to be waiting out front. Aw, you're so cute." But she finds the S-Snake cute, and thus S-Snake turns her to stone as Pythagoras says, "No, York, stay away from her." S-Snake uses her love mellow, turning York to stone, and then promptly knocking her over as Lilith and Pythagoras shout for York. And, she's just stone. She could be reversed, so hopefully she'll be okay. Lilith gets angry, saying, "Why? You're a seraphim!" Usopp freaks out, saying, "What?" As Lilith shouts, "Seraphim, stop! Who said you could do this?" But the S-Snake does not stop as she fires off a blast at the group, destroying the catwalk that they were standing on. And as they all go plummeting down the building, Pythagoras shouts, Lilith shouts, "Why? It doesn't make sense. I'm Vegapunk." Pythagoras says, "Right? She won't listen to orders." Meanwhile, while thanks to their boots, Lilith, while holding Pythagoras' head, and Frankie managed to slow their descent, Usopp does not remember about the boots and promptly hits face first into the ground. Frankie gets angry, shouting, "That traitor is not supposed to work this way. Can we hit back? And as he looks up, he shouts, little brat, as Snake looks down at them condescendingly. Lilith tries to radio in, Shaka, come in, Shaka. Pythagoras says, it won't work, our comms are down. Lilith says, huh? Don't even joke about that. You know we can't beat them in a fight. We created them to be the ultimate form of humanity. As Snake simply smiles down at them. Jeez, how did this end up happening? Who's in control of them? There's been the theory that it's one of the punks, but this feels a little too deadly to be another one of the punks. We then pick up in Command Room Building A, as Zoro shouts, help me out, Luffy! And as Luffy and Shaka go racing to where Zoro was, we see him in the midst of a battle, actually a little winded. Luffy shouts, what is it, Zoro? And as Luffy and Shaka realize who's there, they're both shocked. As Shaka says, it's you? We see S-Bear and S-Hawk in a standoff against Zoro. Shaka says, S-Hawk, S-Bear, stop! Whose orders are you following? But neither responds. Zoro says, is that gonna stop them? Good. They were going after CP0 too. What the heck? Zoro says, if I let those guys get slaughtered with handcuffs on, it'll leave a bad aftertaste. Yeah, it's Zoro's sense of chivalry. He wouldn't care about them in most situations, but letting them just die with handcuffs on is just like, I wouldn't feel right about that. S-Bear and S-Hawk let off massive attacks. As Shaka shouts, they're not obeying orders. Luffy just barely manages to save Shaka and Lucci, while Zoro saves Kaku. Shaka says, what? What? If they're not obeying me, that would mean that Vegapunk gave them their orders, which Luffy naturally questions. That doesn't really make much sense. Shaka says, and if the downed radio are being trapped inside the barrier, we're all playing from the start, then someone is trying to kill us all. Luffy shouts, what? So this... maybe it's someone impersonating Vegapunk? Or maybe someone forced Vegapunk to give the order. Regardless, Lucci and Kaku wake up as Lucci says, kill us all. Kaku says, you Seraphim think we're a big joke? Straw Hat, Roronoa, what say we hit the pause on old scores? Lucci finishes by saying, and team up for a bit. Take these cuffs off and we can help. The faces Luffy and Zoro make is the disgust face from both Whitebeard and Odin. For when Toki was like, hey, I want to go to Wano, and they're just like, ugh. Just, no, anything but that. So... the only thing I could think of is someone else has arrived on the island and is making Vegapunk give the Seraphim orders, because I couldn't see him just outright killing off his his satellite bodies. Or J. Garcia Saturn, St. J. Garcia Saturn has arrived on the island at some point and has managed to get in and given them orders. And maybe with Kizaru's ability they could get in, but I don't know. I feel like it had to have been a situation from whoever was already inside the Labophase. So unless one of the elders were already inside the building, I actually enjoy a good mystery though. And to have to team up with the rest of CP0, wow, okay. I actually kinda like this. It's quite a bit of a ploy if they're trying to play them, but it's hard to say. I'm excited for the next chapter. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think it is? Has Vegapunk been taken hostage, or is it something else? I want to hear from you. But also remember to subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. And until then, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I'll see you later. Take care. Bye-bye.